This episode begins with Redbot trying to ask Sarah out to the county fair, similar to one of Haley's playbooks. Sarah rejects him, thinking that he's just a robot. He doesn't have emotions like that. But it turns out that the Zords do have this, and this really upsets Redbot and the other robots. Then all the other Zords stop working for Sarah, her board tosses her off it when she tries riding the Zoom board. And when Calvin tries picking her up to drive to school, it zooms off without her. So now Sarah has to apologize to Redbot and make it up to all the Zords that she underestimated their importance to the team. Meanwhile, they also fight a contestant that's a unused suit from Kyryuger. But then a mysterious cowboy skates near the ninjas and kicks Brody in the face. And it's revealed to be the Gold Ninja. American Ninja. Everyone questions who he is. And then he just puts all the ninjas in their place. The contestant thinks that he's on his side just for the Gold Ninja to blow him up. The Gold Ninja runs away just as all the ninjas get up, and they gotta go fight a Skullagator. Meanwhile, with the Galaxy crew, Cosmo is excited that there's another ninja appearing. He can just imagine all the views. He's such a bad boy, oh! And Galvanax is furious that another Gold Ranger is in existence. The ninjas regroup as Sarah has to feed Kodiak really expensive dog food and wash Nitro's windows, and everyone else is wondering who the ninja could be. And Mick is just happy that the gold Shuriken is not with the Galaxy Warriors. But then they're alerted to another contestant arriving already. But by the time they get there, the Golden Ninja already dealt with him. And Brody promises that they will find out who the Star Ninja is. The ninjas all hang out by the ribbon tree, which is a town tradition to have ribbons decorated with the names of people who are important to you or important events to you. And Brody's like, all right, it's still here, man. This was the best place when I was a kid. As Preston presents a ribbon with all their names on it to hang on a tree. But just then a bunch of lumberjacks show up to say, hey kids, move. This has to go down. A new office has to be put in here. Preston's like, let me guess. Mr. Tien put you to this? And they're like, yeah. So now the ninjas have a week until the construction crew has to tear down the tree. So they go to Preston's father's office to complain. And of course, Brody has to be filled in on, and the audience has to be filled in on the fact that Preston's dad is this big businessman. But when they get to Preston's father's office, the rug transforms into a contestant and it throws a magic thing at Haley, which turns her into a rat. The other ninjas morph and fight. And by the time they meet with Preston's dad, he's uninterested and sends the ninjas out. So later they have to regroup and Calvin's holding little mouse Haley. Preston's really angry at his dad. He's like, oh, he never listens, I swear. And Brody's like, well, at least you have a dad. I haven't seen mine in a decade. Preston counters with, well, just because I have a dad doesn't mean he's this untouchable, great person. I never even wanted to move back to Summer Cove before becoming a ninja. I wanted to stay in Briarwood and learn magic, but now I have to do remote learning. And then they kind of go back and forth until Preston's dad arrives at the tree, and Victor Monty's there because their dad gave them jobs with Mr. Tien. And they're like, oh, Sarah, you're so grounded. Preston finally stands up to his dad, saying, what gives? Does this tree mean nothing to you? Does Mom mean nothing to you? He says as he takes a ribbon off the tree that has Mr. Tien and his dead wife's name on it. And then there's an awkward pause. And then Mr. Tien is like, screw it. And it turns out that he's one of the contestants. Oh no! And like one of the ribbons on the tree falls off, and it turns out to be the real Marcus that was turned into a ribbon by the contestant. So then, like, the crowd runs away, and then the Rangers morph, and Ripcon's there, and has to fight Brody again, which ends in an explosive draw. And Preston and the contestant have an epic magic battle, which ends with him turning a bunch of Kudabots into turtles, and then using his magic to turn into a dragon and roast the contestant. But of course, Brody has to be Brody, and he's like, ha, kill steal, and he rushes in with a ninja slash and takes out the contestant. And because the contestant blows up, then like all the things he transformed everyone into turn back to normal. So Haley's back to being Haley. And then when it gets giant, it tries flying away. So they go Shuriken Dragon. But then the contestant turns the Megazord into a stone. Meanwhile, the gold ninja is watching. So he summons his Zord. And everyone's like, what? Introducing Cyanbot and Buffalo Billy, the four-wheeler. And it's really cool, and he shows the contestant who's boss, and he lassos his wand away, and then he forms the Rodeo Megazord. He takes out the contestant, which turns the Megazord back to normal. And then later, the ninjas are looking for the Gold Ranger, and he's like, hey you! See you again. And he seemingly disappears. Meanwhile, Preston and his dad are getting driven away in a limousine, and Mr. Tien is sorry what happened with the faker. He promises that the ribbon tree won't go down, but he still needs this office, so he has to clear some of the park, and Preston's like, whatever, at least the tree's still gonna be there. Meanwhile, the rest of the ninjas are hanging out, and we have like a comical part where Haley's like, you know what, I used to hate cheese, but for some reason I just have a real craving for it now, because mouse, cheese, ha! And everyone else is discussing who could be the gold ninja. Brody throws out the idea, maybe it's Coco. Calvin's like, no way, Coco wouldn't hurt a fly. And Haley's like, maybe it's Victor. And everyone and Haley just laughs. It seems like a normal day as Brody goes to school, but then everyone's wearing Western attire, and he's like, what? And Victor's like, come on, please. If you don't know why everyone's dressed like this, then you don't need to know. And Coco is like, come on, Victor, stop being such a prick. It's like, whatever, I'm going to win this contest. Bye, losers. And Coco tells Brody that everyone's doing this is because Levi Weston, country superstar, plans on performing at the upcoming county fair. And he has this whole contest. If you impress him with a costume, then you're going to get backstage passes. Brody kind of just lights up at the idea because he's like, Levi Weston? That's my brother's first and middle name. So then he meets up with the other ninjas who are also in line for the contest. And they question why isn't he all dressed up if he's so excited. And he bluntly states that it is his only outfit. He doesn't have any Western attire. So then they get near the front of the line and they see Levi, who's getting recast as Yoshi Sudarso. But he already gives the winning prize to a fan dressed up like a fan. That's thinking outside the box. But then when the ninjas get up to him, Brody kind of has a really awkward, yo, remember me? It's me, your brother, Brody Hadrian Igisaki. And Levi is like, hey, man, I'm Levi Weston Carson. So unless you're a bridge under that costume, then we aren't related, dude. You're not my stepbro. Leave me alone. And yes, I am implying that Levi's stepbrother is Bridge from SPD, who at this point, being 2017, would be 13 years old. Brody goes to show him his yin necklace, but he's interrupted when a contestant appears. Played by Mark Henry.
Brother, you don't have nothing to feel bad about. Yeah. Like, this dude is he's an animal, like you said. He's one of the best young talents to come through in a long time. Yeah. and you took him to places he'd never been before.
Ripcon terrorizes all the people who wanted to see Levi as the contestant goes attacks a nearby quarry because Power Rangers. Then Levi reveals himself. He takes out his burger phone, places the gold shuriken in it, and says, "Ninja! On stage!" And he spins it. And it's like, na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, Star Ninja! Wow! The rhythm of a ninja. Star Ninja. Out from the shadows, it's party night! He puts Ripcon in his place, causing him to retreat. He saves Fangirl from the contestant, and then toys with him, until finally giving him a rock and roll slash, and taking a selfie with him before he explodes. And then he fights him in the Rodeo Megazord. All the other ninjas, like Jaws, are on the floor. As they go confront Levi, and everyone's like visors are up. Levi explains that he was visiting his step-parents before he went on tour, and then the Ninja Prism came to him, and he was able to pull the gold star out. He already was a monster hunter, but now with this can help him. And he used some of the ninja steel his real dad told him to hide to make it his own style, so turned the sword into his guitar sword gun, and then turned his burger phone into a burger phone morpher, as well as his Zord Shuriken and the Storm Shuriken that gives him lightning powers to pay off all those years he spent in the Thunder Ninja Academy. This confirms to Brody that he is his brother, Levi. But then Levi kind of pauses and he's like, "Wait a minute, I told you guys too much. I got too excited. Oh no, I knew this would happen." He starts grabbing his arm and he starts freaking out. And he like ninja smoke bombs away. All the ninjas start screaming, "Levi, Levi," wondering where he is, as we close the episode with Wolf howling.